Shebang. All right. I guess just go ahead. We'll just talk right through it.
Yippee! All right, Randy. What is the game you are most excited for in Crown Quest this season?
And
Um.
why?
Oh God. We're gonna go with the Hunt. The new map. It's a lot more condensed, and you kind of get like on Nuketown. You have a little bit of a break. Um, like with the speed, you can kind of like get yourself positioned, but you kind of are a little like kind of like Conquest. You're kind of just thrown right into it, and I
I
think
see.
that's pretty cool. Um, it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes though. There's a lot more cover, and it's not as wide of a map like Nuketown was,
Ooh,
Wide as
okay.
in.
and it's interesting to see how people use the sewer system.
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds really cool.
Are people
Does Gary
Gary
excited?
have
is the
lore?
guy's name,
Does he
right?
have
Yes.
lore? Is there Gary lore?
Not yet. No. Well, no one's really seen
Then
Gary. No one's
why
seen Gary.
Gary if no lore?
Well, no one's seen Gary. So you gotta
I've
go
seen
ask Gary
Gary.
yourself. Technically, we haven't
I
even seen
will.
Gary. Gary
I
just
will.
showed up. The staff are too afraid to ask Gary questions right now.
Gary's the one asking questions.
That's so silly. All right. Anything else, or can I move on? I have another one.
Um, okay. Well, with the hunt, uh, there's also two floors. So I think that's another big thing for people to be looking out for is being able to use not only the levels of the floors but also the levels on the cars outside. Um, there are many different heighted cars. There's sports cars. There's trucks. There's a bunch of things that you wanna just be able to use it efficiently and try not to just go up there simply because you feel like it's gonna be better, but use it more of like I don't know. Levels are gonna be really big in this one, but that's all I've got for the hunt.
I see. I see. Um, who do you think is going to take the first place individual score?
Oh God, I feel like this is more of an interview now. Personally, the I don't think they're going to necessarily. They may not even get first team individual. I mean, first team overall. But I don't know. I think Advertise has a very strong chance. Like they got second individual last event. I think they're going to get first this one. I think
That's a good prediction.
maybe their team doesn't get even top 3 when it comes to team points, but I still think them alone. I mean, the 2.5 individual games there are, Conquest Marathon, and then I guess how many kills you get in the hunt. I feel like that's all in Advertise's domain. Maybe with a We Choke on Milk or Mighty Brothers right behind.
Absolutely. Yeah, I see that.
Um, okay, what are some things I would like you guys to know about the games? Everyone needs to keep in mind the new teleport system involving Forger. Everyone's gonna spawn with a little arrow, and there literally will be zero questions on what is the teleporter. It is gonna be a big, bright red arrow it's called TP,
Can
and
you drop it?
you can drop it.
I'm gonna drop it, and it's not gonna be on purpose.
There's nothing like you won't get another one though.
That's what I'm saying. I might accidentally drop it. I've got a tendency to throw things.
Um, when you do TP, you TP to a random teammate. So you might have to spam it a little bit. That's just because we want it to make it where it's not so.
Is there a cooldown?
No cooldown. So you could
Okay.
spam it if you wanted to, but again, it randomly TPs. It may even TP to yourself. Like
That's
so,
fun.
it's just a small little thing, but it's definitely gonna make Forger a lot more competitive. Um, Forger's already had a lot of changes to make it more competitive, but it's been relocated, so it's not going to be the same spot. It's very the item list is very biome based this season, and there are
Biome.
a lot of biomes in the area. Like, I think there are about 4 or 5 biomes where this new Forger location is. So it'll be very interesting to see how all the players use that. What's another good thing to talk about? Oh, Labyrinth. Again, there are 4 levers to get to, like, you can go to middle if you want to. Honestly, if you don't even feel confident enough to play Labyrinth as it is, and you feel like the warden's gonna murder you and you're gonna get stuck and you're just gonna get spawn killed and you just want to stay in the middle where it's safe, you could technically, but the iron doors in the middle will not open until you flip all 4 levers. And you will know what the levers look like. They're not hidden weirdly. They're not placed on sandstone. They're not hidden behind sensors. Like, they're on diamond blocks by themselves on the floor. So even with the blindness from the warden, you still will be able to see the levers. Like, it's not too bad. But again, it's gonna make communication really strong, and it's gonna make you guys really have to work on playing and looking out for each other. Labyrinth can be RNG with the warden. It really can lead to just randomly going through. But if you guys set up a game plan, work together, the Labyrinth really isn't that hard of a game, and I think you guys are all going to do really well on it. Oh, since last season, Conquest has gotten an update, so keep that in mind.
I was gonna say, is there new maps? I forgot all about the video.
No, there's whenever we have glitches or bugs with a game, we try not to change that game until that game is perfect. Like, we that's why we were okay with making a new hunt map and a new marathon map, because we felt like those games were good. They had no issues. They didn't have anything that needed tweaked. But with Labyrinth and stuff, we kind of solidified back. The maze is new. It's not the same as season 1. But we just felt like that would be smarter for us to, just so you guys have one thing that's consistent, which is being the map. So you will see the water section, but if you guys see the update video, there's been a change at one portion of the water section. Thanks to Not Too Swift, we have a new portion.
That's me, dude. That was so funny though. Like, it was hilarious. I loved it.
Hey, what happened?
So I was using my trident and I got stuck in the like the riptide animation. So I couldn't drive a boat and my teammate had to drive me.
Oh,
And then after that I had to do the parkour and I still got 5th, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun.
okay, wow, okay, wow.
We're keeping the Nether map. We're keeping the ice map, the end map, and the water map for Conquest. Everyone's going to get iron swords.
Oh wait, you were talking about Conquest?
Yeah, Conquest.
My fault.
No,
Oh, in that, yeah, I just got a really lucky start. And then from there on, everybody just stopped fighting. And it was just a guaranteed win at that point.
Exactly. Which won't be the thing anymore. No swords.
I find Conquest really hard because once, like, even I was spending a lot of time up on the platform and there was just no numbers going up. Like, even people who were being hit off still had their numbers going up, like, rapidly compared to people who were still up there. And I was like, bro, this is impossible.
I think this season will help with that. We've turned off name tags. So you will really have to, if you're trying to target somebody, you're going to have to memorize their skin. I guess you could always target a color, but I mean, you're going to get hit back as well. You can't really target an individual unless you know exactly who they are. And if we still come into issues with targeting, we're just going to make all the players invisible. But I really don't think we're going to have that issue this season. Iron sword, leather armor, no shield, no axe. You can't just sit on the platform. Quite literally, you can't do /sit on the platform anymore. What else? Oh, and kills get you 6 seconds of time. So even if you're getting murdered and you can't get off the bottom, and there's a guy on the bottom of the floor who's not climbing up and he keeps attacking you, but you can beat them, you're still going to get points. You're still going to be able to keep up even though you're not on top. If you die, you also get 3 seconds of resistance. That way you can't just get spawn camped.
Fun.
So hopefully the tester event showed that these changes were very good. I think with the tester event we actually had them using stone swords, and we figured out that really wasn't killing people. They weren't really taking a sufficient amount of damage. At that point, it became more of like punching people off rather than getting kills. So the iron sword does a little bit more damage without it being like 2 crits and you're out. And then what other game is there that we haven't talked about? Mirror. We added a 6 mirror build. Mirror's the same. So you guys are gonna have fun. The last build is extremely hard.
Extremely hard.
Extremely hard.
How hard
Randy,
is extremely hard?
You have no idea how good my pattern recognition is.
like it's gonna be difficult. You're not gonna, if you get there with like 2 minutes left, unless you guys have like the best coordination in crunch time, you're probably not gonna finish. And then of course you'll get
Is it like
ranked.
Is it like a big build or is it like complex?
It's a complex build.
Okay.
So it's gonna be, I think everyone's gonna do fine in it, but it's still going to be difficult nonetheless.
Gotcha.
What else is there? Oh, the update video is gonna be coming out soon, probably tomorrow. But we have another update video, and basically it's gonna go through the fact that we have a few changes involving time. You guys are now gonna only get 7 minutes to do quests instead of 8. Mind you, that still gives you 35 minutes to do quests. And trust me, you're going to be using all of it. If you want to, of course. You're going to be using all of it to get to the next section. And you only get 6 minutes to spend your coins with the villagers at Trading Hall instead of 8. So in the past 2 events, as well as the tester event, we've seen that players have kind of had a lull after the 5-minute period. People are like naming their armor and walking around with no armor on so that nobody will make a plan to target them, and all of these things. And so we just decided that we're gonna just cut that time, make it a little bit more streamlined and clean, and let everybody just go straight into it.
Yeah.
We have a new feature for the introduction of the event. I can't say what, just know that everyone's going to see your nice pretty skins. So
No way.
we are so excited to let everyone show off all their hard work. Everyone can really get properly introduced. What else? What I'll do is, because I don't think the update video is going to show it perfectly, I will screen share and show you guys the new Coliseum.
Oh.
Sneak peek, sneak peek.
Just walk around it, let you guys make some plans. It's very similar to the tester event one, with a few changes in the layout. So let me hop onto the server. While I'm doing that, anyone got any questions?
I don't think I have any.
How are you, RVM Free?
Too good, honestly. Living
Too good.
the great life. I am so excited for this weekend, and I think you guys are all going to absolutely kill it. And I think that Victorious Sky is going to win the entire thing.
I was gonna say, do you think there's a team where
I really hope Orange wins. Orange is such a cool team.
Orange would be really sick
Orange is a
in
pretty
winning.
good team?
It would be nice to see a cool Golden Gals win.
Do you think the teams are really balanced this time, or do you think they're a bit of a mix?
I think they're pretty balanced. I think there are some teams that shine a little bit better, not because of like overpowered, but more because I think they're just OP as it is. Like I just think they're good with team. A lot of people are really friendly, and it really helps.
Oh, RBM3 is sharing the screen. I recognize this play.
Oh, for some
Ooh, I like this. This is cool.
why isn't I'm trying to get the video back up. Why is it? There we go. All right. This is the new Coliseum. It's not as bright, and it is a lot more. We're gonna go with a little bit more coarse. It's not as flat as a map. Before we had a slightly flatter map, but you all spawn in these little locations. You have paths that lead you, and there's a beacon in the middle, so it won't be hard to find this find middle, and especially with the border coming in. Like before, you could easily see where middle is. You can see where every team is, but you're able to see a lot more and be able to use the area to your advantage a little bit better than before. There are houses that are definitely for use. You could just hide in here all you want, but there is one issue with hiding. The border will come, and it will hurt. The border isn't just going to push you; it's gonna hurt. So that is something that everyone does need to keep in mind. It's definitely going to be an extremely interesting, very interesting final battle. You've got these walls that you can climb on. So like, let's say you have a lot of bows and you guys want to scope out where everybody is. You can always get up here. You're not gonna be able to like pop fire, like shoot bows and pop fire. It's more of like getting the high ground, getting the chance to look around. You're not really going to be using it to like overpower people. You also do not have any of these walls in the middle. So you've got houses, you've got debris, and some of this debris is from the previous Coliseum. You've got trees that you can bounce on.
Is it just me or is the stream not loading?
Nope, I can't see either. Randy was talking.
No.
He didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Let me,
There we go.
Yay!
There we go.
RBM3.
So sorry. So
Perfect
you've got the
defense.
houses, you've got the walls, you've got trees, you have a lot. There's a lot of places like before. If someone was chasing you, it was kind of near impossible to get away from them. It was kind of like you had if you didn't stand your ground every single time, you kind of just got destroyed. And this map kind of helps you get around that, especially if you're a movement-based player. You've got fences you can go around and use to your advantage. You have tiny little spots like this to hide in if you really want to. You've got houses. Like there's so much that could be used. It's just depending on how your team wants to play it and your gear. So like 10th place teams will have a lot more fun with this. First place team, I actually think will also have even more fun than before because they won't get third partied as much because people are going to use the biomes around a little bit more what's a good word to describe it? A little bit more cautious. You're gonna be way more cautious with how they play. So like let's say you're running and someone's chasing you, you can always just pop a heal. Get a little bit of a food break, eat a wacky wiener, and you're more than good to go.
Your suit looks very fancy, Randy.
Oh, thank you. I had to defend some people in court. You can go up here. You got a back door. Walk over here, get up the wall. Can't get on the ladder.
Miss the ladder.
Get up here, except you get hit and fall. That's not fun. Get up here, except no one really does get up here.
Damn.
Hide up here. There's a lot more areas to use, and it's really going to be, depending on how everyone wants to play it. I think it's going to allow all teams, regardless of armor, to have a better advantage in combat.
It looks really good.
We worked really hard on it, so we're hoping you guys all really enjoy it and really
I
get to
very much
use it.
enjoy the changes with the places to hide. I feel like those will be
Absolutely. I agree. It looks fantastic. And I can't wait.
We think it's going to be, if everything goes according to plan and there's no player issues, this is probably going to be our best event, and we're really excited for that. And QnA is actually the reason we have a new Coliseum.
Wait. Say his name again.
QnA? Oh, no.
Randy, I hate to break it to you,
Is
but it's actually pronounced Kanuki.
Kanuki.
You were talking about Kanuki? I was like, who is he talking? Really?
Oh, Kanuki. Oh.
Okay, I made that mistake when I first met him.
I'm learning now. Okay, Kanuki.
It's the
Really?
same with my name. Don't worry.
It just looks like Kanuki.
Kanuki.
Kanuki. All right. Well,
Why is Kanuki the reason we have a new Coliseum?
they gave a feedback last season, and it really stuck. It was, can we not have as much sandstone in the final Coliseum? It's extremely bright in my eyes. And I did some thinking. I was like, you know what? It really is, though. Like, as bright as can be. Like, if we want a little bit of color, and so we
And
took
so you
some
went
time.
for stone, brick, and oak wood.
Yeah, we went with stone, oak, and grass, just to add a little bit of variety. Give it that a little bit of a
Amazing.
medieval town, kind of like the edges of the castle type vibe. As you can see, these are all villager houses.
I was thinking that when you went into that one there with the little water trough.
Mm-hmm. All of these are just villager. Everyone, there's no secrets to these. It is completely as black and
Can we
white as
just have
possible.
Free roaming villagers that we can beat up.
See, I was thinking that, but I thought that many people would confuse themselves from the villagers, thinking that they were people.
I see.
And if a villager got in the way of combat, I would not
People
hear the
complain.
end of it.
Randy, villager number 4 walked in front of me.
And that is the reason why I lost Crown Quest. And listen, we love feedback, and I just know that would be one of the feedback we would get if that were to happen. Oh, can't go in there.
Mhm.
So there's a lot more space to use, and it is gonna be exciting. We also added a little bit sort of like a middle beacon with the Crown Quest logo. It will help bring everybody together, and there's not really any barrier you can use. The final world border is going to close in so fast. Well, not so fast. It's going to close in so deep that it's not going to allow you to use these trees. So it looks like you should just be able to, like, oh, I could just go up here and just hide here and just pop shots and wait for the other guy to do something. But the border is going to close in to about here.
Wow.
I can
Oh, man.
show where it's going to go. It's me around here.
I see.
Maybe even a little bit closer. But you're not going to be able to use the tree around it. Like, it looks like you can, but it's not really going to... Like, if you get shot or fall, I believe it's actually... Sorry, I believe it's actually this. So when you get even a little bit, like, on those trees, you're just going to get shot into the border and take mass amounts of damage.
Is it like a
'Cause-
heart attack, or is it like
Say it again?
a heart attack, or is it just something?
A little bit more than that. It's kind of like 1.25 hearts.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to do some damage. It's just depending on whether or not
Has the
deep you
QnA
want it.
officially started?
Say it again.
Has the Q&A officially started?
Yes, but
Okay,
Okay.
because
no one really
26
has any
minutes ago.
it's still
questions.
starting soon. It's starting soon. Still,
Oh,
you haven't started the event on Discord. There's no ping.
oh, um,
Just figured I should throw that out
no,
there.
no, no, very, very good, very good.
Maybe we'll get more people in.
So, hey guys, chat. Any questions? Anyone got any things to ask about?
Is there still chunk issues with Marathon?
Um, if there shouldn't be, it would be more client side.
I see.
If there were chunk issues, but no, not anywhere near the kind of thing that was from season 2. Season 2 was oh
It was
wow,
fun.
that was just horrific. But if there are chunk issues, it will be more of the player having issues.
Mhm.
But we changed the ice on the marathon boats from blue ice to packed ice. That will make you go a touch slower on the boat, but it's going to allow you to load the chunks a little faster. And the overall server has been fine-tuned to help with that chunk loading issue. Especially with maps like games like The Hunt, there will be no chunk loading issue like there was last time.
In Forger, is the teleporting just to other teammates? There's no like teleport back to spawn or anything like that?
Nope, it is over only to teammates. So
Just
if
teammates?
you have all 4 teammates in a cave, there's nothing you can do. Now, if you have, you could have one person standing back at the house the entire time, but now you have another hand that's not helping. So it's really up to how your team wants to play it. You could have one person doing some of the easier items on the edge of town where you can always TP. You could literally just make someone sit in the house and just do everything. It's really up to your team's play style. But
For items at them.
I suggest not having someone just sit in your house because again, Forge is very biome specific, and if you don't go to the far edges of world border, you may have a tougher chance at winning. I can't say much more than that without giving anything too big away.
Will
So-
there be as much stone smelting as there has been in the past few
No.
seasons?
So before you had
Because, oh
to
my God.
smelt a whole crap ton of stone to get wool, that has been cut down significantly. You will still need
Thank
to
goodness.
smelt stone to get wool, just because we didn't increase sheep spawning or anything like that. We just let it be the same as it was.
Mhm.
But it's been significant change. So if you do mess up a banner, you don't have to wait 2 minutes to do it. There's also been a large redesign of the houses to allow all the players to have a lot more room. Yes, we took out the smoker. We added a loom. We added a lot of blast furnaces and a lot of furnaces. So that way, if you want to have a lot of space to smelt a lot of things at once, you don't have to hide or feel like you're being inefficient while inside your house.
Incredible.
So it's going to be extremely competitive. I don't think it's going to take as long as it did last time, but you still have 20 minutes to do it.
I have a question about Conquest.
Mhm.
So earlier you mentioned /sit.
Mhm.
Is that like actually going to be enabled during like Conquest? Because I feel like if it is, people could do that, and yes, they'd be extremely vulnerable. However, they wouldn't be able to be knocked off the platform, and I really don't think anybody would do it. It's just something I thought I'd ask.
/sit on golden platforms has already been disabled.
Perfect.
So
That's
no one can do that again because with it only being swords this time, it's actually kind of even more OP to have /sit because exactly what you're saying. You don't take knockback. You take damage and you can't stop yourself from taking damage, but you don't take knockback. So A lot of people we saw last event, they would get up to the golden platform and like tee up and go right into slash sit. So they would just bang, and then like they would run up here and then just immediately do this. That way they wouldn't get knocked off, and we don't want that. We want you guys to be fighting. So we made it where you absolutely cannot. It will tell you in your chat, sorry, you cannot use this command here. Now you can slash
W.
sit other places in Conquest, like on the base of the mountain, um, even where you spawn, you can do slash sit. It's not going to help you at all. If anything, you're going to be in a terrible position points wise because of it, but you could. Oh, I had another question from Sadays of Orange Otters. But are the gold platform can you be in the air on the gold platform and still get points? The answer is yes. Um, as long as you're on any type of block above a gold block, you're good. So you could jump, you could be 4 to 5 blocks above and still be getting points. As long as if you look down, you see gold, you're good. That was a question a lot of people had. You can jump to do your jump crits and still get points. You
Yeah,
still
that's
can
what
do a
was
lot of
messing
things.
me up, but alas.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm just gonna read through the questions channel. Um, okay, we're getting a soundtrack next season. Hopefully, we're working with somebody to get that done. So that will be a future thing. There are no multipliers, so none of that. Let me stop screen sharing. That's just because the difference between first and last place would grow even more if there was a multiplier. Um, so there are no multipliers. Um, Again, a lot of people are wondering, then what's the point of voting? The reason why we have voting is because we plan to have multiple games in the future. More than just 6. We have 1 to 2 planned for next season. That way that one of the games will just not be played. Um, that way voting has a little bit more meat to it. And at the end of these last 3 events, we've had people are like, oh, I wonder what the last game is. Well, that no longer will be a thing. The last voting period before the last game will mean something. It won't just be like a joke. Um, the time starts 3 p.m. EST, but I'm gonna send out a ping, and I would like everybody to be there in their team chats 30 minutes before. That way, if you guys need a sub or anything, we can get that and make sure that no one is asleep. Um,
I'm gonna sleep through the
that's okay.
event. On purpose.
I have a question. What are you planning for Odyssey?
We're planning on bringing back Odyssey, but making a little bit more of a predetermined map. When we had Odyssey Season 1, it was a little bit more wild. You were going through jungles, you were going through plains, and it was kind of like if you got lost, you kind of were in a little bit of a rough situation. Um, so we're going to bring it back, and it's going to be a little bit more parkour based, either next season or season after. We
I
just
think
don't
my
want
problem
Nice.
with Odyssey, my problem with Odyssey was that there was heavy and like influence and what's the word? I'll say influence, heavy influence on like, hey, you have to stop and build a boat because you're gonna need it, and you have to get materials and you have to get this. And then there was people who just ran start to finish, did the parkour, and they were done. They didn't have to get anything, so I was confused as to why we were told, oh, get stuff when we really didn't need to. But it
Mhm.
might have just been me
No,
wasting too
no,
much
you're entirely right. We thought that more people would use the boat, but we did find that it really wasn't.
there was like no time save whatsoever.
Yeah, like it really didn't. If anything, you were losing time trying to save time. Like the time is honestly like one in the same. Um,
Mhm.
like the time spent swimming was the amount of time collecting the boat and using the boat. So we definitely take that away if we were to do something like that again. And what made Odyssey so rough is that after we did the server restart because the hunt crashed season 1, it reverted one of the game rules we had, which is turning off player collision, which really made Odyssey rough.
Ooh.
But we want to go and properly perfect that game before we can come back and bring it back. But it will be coming back.
Woohoo.
Nice.
Can we have invisibility on parkour as well? Because the amount of people who stood on a block and wouldn't move for about 15 seconds, and it's like, bro, can you go?
Yes, we're gonna put invisibility for heavy parkour sections, not for the running sections, but
No.
that's when we bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay, what's another great question? The shopping list has not changed for Villager Island. And again, if you have any questions on what plugins you're allowed to use, look in the allowed plugins channel. And also you can always message Subi or Loomer, and they will be there to help you as well.
Is it first place team and top individual player who's guaranteed in the next event, or is it just first place team?
It's just first place team that is 100% guaranteed.
Okay.
But I mean, it's kind of hard to not tell somebody who worked really hard to get first individual no, especially top 10. But I mean, it really depends. We don't bring back toxic people.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
like our big thing. But we've actually had a pretty good time with avoiding toxic people.
Thankfully.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice. Everyone's been very great, even with the explosion of issues Crown Quest 2. Everybody was very understanding, so I think this next one's gonna be really good, and I'm excited. I think it's gonna make up for the last two. I think everything's just getting better, and we're really excited to show it off.
We don't know how you guys are working.
In order for good events to exist, there must also be a bad event at some point.
Absolutely.
Or I don't know if I worded that correctly, but I think the idea came off, so it's
No, I totally get what you're saying. There has to be some failure to look at the good things. We're definitely not in denial of the issues that we have, and I think the staff has really worked hard on getting these things done, and we're so excited. We're so excited. This event's gonna be so good, and I'm really excited to see how everybody competes. I'm excited to see the team skins. The team skins have just been phenomenal this season. Everyone's been so exciting, and everyone's really worked hard on them. Right now, Aqua Alligators have such a cool skin. The Aqua Mask is just really cool. And then I love the purple guy theme from Purple Team. Like, that's sick.
I don't know what my team's theme is. They keep changing.
Red has like 4 different themes. Like,
Look, I've had my skin made. If they turn up as the Incredibles, I'm not turning up as the Incredibles. That's all I'm saying.
whatever happens is.
I'll be the odd one out. It's fine.
I would love to see Incredibles play Minecraft.
absolutely.
You've changed my mind. I want to be the Incredibles now.
All right,
I'll
well.
be the baby.
Jack. All right, well. If there are no more questions, I feel like that's it. There's also the questions
Are you
channel.
excited? RVM free.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hyped. I think this event's gonna be sick. I think
When
you guys.
is the mod event?
When is the mod event? We're gonna have a charity event soon after this one, actually.
Ooh.
I'm gonna pick some captains to make their own team,
Ooh.
and it's gonna be for a charity. We're all gonna decide. The staff's gonna decide, but the staff team is going to compete, and I'm so excited. I am
very excited for that.
so
Are you going to be playing? Or are you
Oh,
gonna be
absolutely!
over-
I'm gonna be playing. I've got to
Okay,
get first
goodness.
individual.
Of course, of course.
I mean, win. I've got to win.
Of course.
I've got to win.
Bring your team to victory, Randy. Bring your team to victory.
No, I'm very excited. And so more news beyond that. But before that, we have Crown Quest Season 3. So again, if you guys have any questions, there's always the questions channel. If you need anything, ask your team mod. And thank you guys for showing up to the Q&A. I
Thank you
appreciate
for hosting
guys.
it.
Absolutely,
No problem.
absolutely. All right, guys. I have class soon, so I actually have to go. But good luck, everybody. Good luck in your
Bye.
training.